You know what? Let me not hit a singing bowl this time around. Miss Tulip, come say hi to the fans. Come say hi to the people. You have so many fans, Tulip. I hope this makes you smile, and I hope you have a fabulous reading, y'all. I love you so much. Hello, my beautiful Cancer. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot horoscope reading, Cancer, for September 2021, darling. Remember, when it comes to receiving my readings, it does not matter how you identify as he, she, they, or other, darling. If the cards resonate, darling, the tarot cards are going to resonate. Let's put it that way, honey. If you enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, Cancer, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys do that extra step for me to support me. If you enjoy this tarot reading, or rather, if you find some tarot cards that do resonate with you, let me know how that resonates with you, because that's how I keep up with you, Cancer, is through the comments. Remember, though, put this in perspective, darling. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you who looks fabulous today, if I can toot my own horn. I'm just here to give you some food for thought, a perspective to consider, but you know your situation best, Cancer. So with all that in mind, darling, let's just jump into your weekly tarot horoscope reading, Cancer. Let's see what is up with y'all. So I also, Cancer, did your monthly tarot reading for September 2021, which I'll leave a link to on the top right-hand corner of this video. If you want to be checking that out as well, Cancer, I do strongly suggest that. But yeah, let's get into your weekly tarot reading, Cancer. I'm doing 3 rows for you guys, and I'll be unpacking the cards as we go, darling, so don't worry, Cancer. But let's get a card for the overall theme for this week. What energy are you going to be in this week, Cancer? So you guys have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Rings, this fabulous card. You know, the 10 of Pentacles is a card of just like, you know, you're building something up, Cancer. You're building something up, and we're definitely talking in regards to your overall stability. I wouldn't be surprised if we're tapping into this for your career, or just like your family life, something that just brings forth some type of stability, some type of consistency for you, Cancer. But overall, pretty fabulous card. Don't mind me, Cancer. I just did Scorpio's reading, and they just had a heavy reading, darling. So I'm just like trying to just like snap out of it. But I'm just like, if you notice my energy being a little low, it's just because I'm just like trying to like get out of that energy. I took even like 30 minutes to even separate. Girl, this is about you, Cancer. Let's get into you. I apologize. So for your first row, we have the 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands coming in for you, Cancer. Very interesting energy. Definitely this, you know, 10's representing closures, but we'll get into that later. 8 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the 6 of Swords for your second row. The Queen of Pentacles being the focal point of your energy. So I like that a lot. Queen of Pentacles being the focal point of your spread, with that 10 of Pentacles as your overall energy. And then for your third row, Cancer, 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, as well as 2 of Pentacles coming in here. So definitely a lot to be unpacking for you, Scorpio. No, I said Scorpio. Cancer, I apologize, girl. So, Cancer, let's get into this. With this, we're going to start with this first row here. This 10 of Swords, 4 of Wands, and the 7 of Swords here. There is this situation, Cancer, that I do feel for you guys that... It's almost like you have this choice, Cancer, of like finally closing something off, Cancer. I do see you guys like being at this state of like, there's something that just isn't feeling right for you, Cancer, right? With this 4 of Wands here, it's giving me this sense of where it's like you were associating something for like your long-term future, you know, maybe like a job, especially with that 10 of Pentacles here. Maybe, Cancer, you were associating this job to be like what was going to be financially supporting you until like the day you retire, or especially even like a person as well, because I could easily see this being a person dynamic where you're just like, oh, this friendship, this relationship, darling, this family, like we are going, like they are my ride or die, right? But then something's kind of having you in this place where like it feels like you've been taking on too much, and it feels like almost, Cancer, that you've been a little bit too forgiving of this situation here, because like you cared about this so much, because you're just like, all right, this is my ride or die, so I'm going to match this energy. We're in it for the long haul. This is all future. Like, Cancer, admittedly, this is giving me such a vibe as someone that, like, you know, once you trust somebody, Cancer, you're going to like you will trust them with everything, your whole being, darling. And that's not a bad trait. But I do see, like in this case, because of that, it's kind of been taken advantage of, Cancer. And so now you're kind of, I feel like for some of you guys, you're kind of getting this sense of being like, oh, this isn't going to be for my future anymore, darling. Right? So then we get into the second row, 8 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. This 8 of Cups being under your 10 of Swords showcases to me, Cancer, of where you are, with the 10, I said before, like the 10 represents closing, right? I feel as if like there's something, you're ending a chapter with something and choosing to walk away. Similar to Scorpio in some cases, actually. And then with this Queen of Pentacles, that being your focal point energy, this is, doing you have to start thinking about what's right for you. And the 6 of Swords here being under your 7 of Swords, this is you kind of just listening to your intuition, Cancer. Again, I get this sense here where it's like, it feels as if you guys have just been ignoring the red flags with something, Cancer. You've been ignoring the red flags because you're just like, no, they care about me. They just have some growing to do. They have to figure themselves out or what have you. Whatever it is that you're telling yourself with this, that you've been like extremely patient with this energy. But it's like, enough is enough, right? The Queen of Pentacles being the focal point of this energy. When are you going to start making choices that's like good for you, right? When are you going to start doing what's best for you? And in that case, it comes in terms of like learning to walk away. There's some times where we will mistake certain dynamics in our life that we think is going to be there for a lifetime when it's just meant to be there for maybe a couple seasons, darling, right? It may have lasted more than just a season, and you may have see the potential in this connection. You may see potential in this job, right? You may see the potential and be like, wow, I can really go the whole mile with this, right? If everything were to work out fabulously. But life is just life, darling. It always has some curveballs, right? I was gonna say side balls. Life throws curveballs at us. This is giving me very much so a situation, Cancer. You may have had really, and they may have had strong intentions towards this situation as well too. But you may just be at a point where you guys are starting to go different ways, where you and the situation is going different ways, where you even may be, Cancer, outgrowing the situation or outgrowing the person, right? And I'm getting like there's this constant message of just walking away, darling. And so in your final row, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and then the 2 of Pentacles. So, darling, Cancer, darling, you're really in your head about this. I really do feel as if this is gonna, like, Cancer, you guys are so tender-hearted, and it's just like it's very easy. Let me not word it like that. I feel as if like once something earns your trust, once you start emotionally investing yourself in a situation, Cancer, it's very easy for you to be taken advantage of, which isn't right, but it feels like it's very easy for you to be like walked all over. Because when you care about something, you will ignore the red flags, you will ignore the signs, because you always will give the benefit of the doubt. Not saying that you're a pushover, Cancer. It just means naturally, whenever you open up to somebody, I feel like in some cases, like you just think the best of people, and you don't want to conceptualize a situation where, you prioritize somebody, but it's very hard for us to stomach sometimes when someone that we thought was just our future or our everything, when they don't prioritize us in that same way, when they don't match our energy. And that sucks, right? And here's the thing, like you can see the potential in something, but it doesn't mean that they're going to live up to that potential. And that goes for all of us, darling, right? All of us, we have this millionaire potential. Does that mean we're all going to be millionaires? Absolutely not, darling. Sometimes our path is just going to be different. And I know like money isn't everything, Cancer. So let me just like stop the comments there being like, oh, Velca, it's not everything's about money. But it's just like, we all have amazing potential. I can truly say with complete confidence, every single person that I've connected with, every friendship, every connection that I've made, everything, like there's the potential. Like I make these connections because it's like there's potential for them to be amazing figures, public figures, making such amazing changes. But but sometimes we just don't live up to that potential and everything, and in that aspect, and that's okay, right? It doesn't mean that you have to be patient with this energy and help them find their own potential, because it's a full-time job, Cancer, as I know to even for us to live our own lives. So it's just like you can't be trying to push yourself, trying to make someone else make this other situation match their own maximum potential, because it's like at the end of the day, we have to start thinking for ourselves, right? That Queen of Pentacles, we have to do what's best for us. So let's get into some clarifying cards now for all of this, Cancer. We have the Three of Swords clarifying that Ten of Swords, the Four of Swords clarifying that Four of Wands, girl. And then we have the Seven of Swords clarifying the Seven of Swords. Girl, this is so crazy how y'all's reading is Cancer. So here's the thing. Like, you guys have just been way too patient. You've been having these swords stabbed into your back, Cancer, time after time after time after time. You've been dealing with disappointment time after time after time after time. You've been dealing with this person, this situation where they've shown red flags time after time after time, where you've been the one having to pick up the pieces. You are always like, even though you really want to see this future with this person, it's like you constantly, like every single time they stab you in the back, darling, this is turning graphic, honey, huh? Every time they like stab you in the back, they put another sword into your back, as the Ten of Swords represents most times. Like, then it's like you are left because you care so much about them. You see this potential of a future with them that you're just like, you will recluse back and just lick your own wounds and just do to yourself, so that way you can really just even stomach being with them still, even engaging with them still. The Seven of Swords being clarifying the Seven of Swords, darling, like, it's like, I feel like you've reached your breaking point when it comes to this situation. You can't continue on with this, Cancer. It's like you're trying to make it work for, you're trying, it's all falling on you, Cancer. Like, you're putting all this pressure on yourself to like handle everything, and you don't need to do that, girl. Sometimes you just need to wash your hands clean, darling. So we have the Three of Pentacles clarifying your Eight of Cups, the Chariot card, your card, Cancer, clarifying the Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Eight of Pentacles clarifying your Six of Swords. So really, Cancer, this is your chance of upgrading, essentially. Upgrading, you know, especially with that Three of Pentacles, darling, the Three of Pentacles representing collaborative work and contracts and all that, right? Whatever it is that you are kind of just being like, you know what, you're done being disrespected, you're done dealing with this subpar energy, even though you can see the potential in it, you're done dealing with it anymore. In Cancer, I feel like you're quickly going into this energy of where you are starting to just do actions for yourself. You're upgrading, essentially, Cancer. So I feel like I need to say the message, Cancer, for y'all, of where it's just like, at this point in time, you know, what it is you're walking away from, you're going into something much better, right? The Eight of Pentacles always representing this, it's a card of elevation, darling. It's a card of elevation. And so the Sun card coming in, I'm not going to pull it, but the Sun card did flip over. So you guys are going, that's what you're elevating to, darling, is the Sun. You know, you keep on going up and up and up until you get to that Sun moment. And the Sun representing happiness, abundance, like, it's the best card in the deck, darling. You cannot, like, it doesn't matter what it is, rain or shine. When that Sun card comes in, darling, you know your story is going to get better, which it absolutely is, Cancer. But it makes me really happy because, unlike Scorpio, darling, I know I keep bringing up Scorpio, but I have to make it clear, like, for you guys, Cancer, like, the thing with Scorpio has like a tower moment, honey, and like it's coming crashing down, and it's like they feel like almost too committed. They feel like this sense of obligation towards this situation where they're just like, they choose not to evacuate because those that they care about are choosing to stay, riding this storm out. And it's just like, for you, Cancer, I see you guys reaching your breaking point with this and being like, you know what, girl, it's time for me to just upgrade, darling. And that's what it is that you're doing. You're upgrading. The next thing coming for you is you have to release to have something better coming into your life, Cancer. And I feel like you guys are getting to that point, which makes me really happy. Like, I don't have to be nearly as hard and harsh with you guys as I was with Scorpio, because you guys, you know, you guys care about yourself, darling. So we have the Five of Wands clarifying the Five of Swords, girl. The High Priestess card clarifying the Five of Wands, and then the Fool card. This is so crazy. I don't know, Cancer, if you guys have any Scorpio in your chart. If you do, I really highly recommend going to Scorpio. I'm done talking about Scorpio, though, I promise you guys. Maybe you guys are parting ways with someone that has heavy Scorpio in their chart, but it's so crazy, darling, right? You're having such anxiety because I feel like you're at a point now when it comes to this situation, Cancer, that you're just like, you see nothing in this future but just more aches and pains, more, just constant struggle, darling. I don't feel like it's bringing you any happiness. And this High Priestess, like, you know, like, anything in the future with this connection, it's just not going to bring you anything more but more further disappointments, further obstacles. And so that Two of Pentacles with this with this Fool card here, you know, what it is that you're juggling, you're just at this point of being like, well, do I make the choice and just like wiping your hands clean, going into a whole new chapter, which I feel like that's what it is. Many of you guys are starting to lean towards, Cancer, is just going into something entirely new, because your intuition is spot on, darling. Like, I know for a fact, Cancer, like if I were to ask you, like, do you see anything positive coming from this? If you were to choose to ride this out any further, you're going to say no. Like, I feel like at this point, maybe at one point in time, Cancer, you associate so much happiness with this. Again, you still may be able to acknowledge the potential in it, but it's just like you've been dealing with so many stresses, so many arguments with this situation, so many obstacles that at this point it's just like you think about it and it doesn't bring you any happiness. It's just like, oh, it makes you tired even to even think about what it's going to be like engaging with it any further. So take this as your sign, Cancer, just to walk away, darling. Wash your hands clean of it. You start living for yourself. Let's get into, Cancer, now your spirit guide and ancestral messages today. Let's see what tarot cards, what insight they have for you today, Cancer. Let's see here. We have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Cups. Ooh, baby. And then the Seven of Pentacles coming in here. So for you guys, Cancer, you guys are definitely... It's interesting because with this Ace of Cups here, it's like you're going to be having like a new thing to be nurturing, Cancer. And it's going to be bringing forward a lot more success. But you have to get rid of this weight. You can't be fighting, resisting to let this Ten of Wands weight go, right? This is like the direct message from Miss Aretha Franklin from that Ten of Swords, where it's just like, you're going to find something, like if your concern is about having like a new person, right? A new relationship to be working on, a new job to be working on. If your concern is that, darling, take note in that Devil card in this Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, darling, like you have to let this situation go, Cancer. Again, you may have been just writing this out because you think about the potential and be like, oh, this could be really rewarding. But really, at this point in time, darling, there's something so much better out there for you, but you have to make space and clear it out. You know, with this Devil card in this Nine of Pentacles here, like, I just feel as if, like, what it is that you've been carrying, it just is serving nothing. Like, it's not serving you any happiness anymore. So now it just leaves me, like, being like, girl, why are you even, like, why do you care about this situation so much? Why are you holding on to this, right? But I feel like for most of you guys, you kind of know this, acknowledge this. And I see, like, just, Six of Wands representing public recognition and just victory, Ace of Cups here. I do feel as if this is a direct message for my Cancers, where it's just like, and especially for those being self-employed or trying to find a new means of financial success or just stability in general in your life. It's something, it's the next portion, like the next phase of your life is going to be starting very quickly. Does that make sense? So it's like you let go, you move on from this garden, you move on from this situation here. You're going to quickly replace this with new energy that actually is just fruitful for you. Like, it's just this direct message from your spirit guides to be like, hey, girl, we got something so much better for you. Like, it's okay if you don't eat everything on your plate, because this next course coming in, you're going to be loving it, darling, right? You don't have to eat something that you don't like, right? Just because you're afraid of not having food for later, right? Don't force yourself to eat it, because your spirit guides are just like, girl, if you just put this plate away, if you just put the fork down, you just like, I don't like it, and just say, I don't like it anymore, walk away from it. It's fine, baby. No one's going to take offense by it, because we have this gorgeous 5-star meal coming in that Gordon Ramsay presenter that made for you, darling, right? So it's just like, just let it go, Cancer, let it go. And now, Cancer, let's get into how people are perceiving you at this time, darling. Let's see what's going on with you. What's up with you, honey? So we have the Five of Pentacles, the Fool card, as well as, what is this card? The Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Ten of Cups in the back of the deck. So this is definitely in regards to someone that you already are committed to. I wouldn't be surprised if family, especially. But it is like relationships, especially, I feel like this is what many Cancers are going to be relating this to, where it's just like, it's just not serving you anymore. You feel as if like this situation, it just brings you nothing but anxiety, and you're getting this strong desire, Cancer, to just go into something new. It's just like walking away from that family, walking away from that relationship, that like you're walking away from somebody, right? You're definitely walking away from somebody emotionally. And so going into that new chapter, Cancer, let me see here. the World card in the reverse, the Strength card, and that Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you guys are changing what it is that you've invested into, Cancer. I don't know the story behind this. I don't care about the story behind it because that's your business, Cancer. And keep in mind that this is a complete free will. You can choose to engage in this energy further if you want to, darling. It's none of my business. But I do get this strong sense for you, Cancer, is that it's just like there's some type of relationship in your life that just isn't good for you anymore. Maybe someone, like, such a weird, direct, specific message only for some Cancers, but it's just like someone may picked up like a bad habit with like smoking, drugs, or alcohol, and that's something that started changing them, right? Maybe they picked up a habit that started changing their personality and how they are, and that's what started bringing things to an end. But you have to walk away from it, darling. You don't have to, but it's like your choice. But I feel like for many of you guys, the best thing for you is exuding that full energy, stepping into a new journey, going into a new book entirely, Cancer. But yeah, that is the reading that I have for you, my darling Cancers. If you enjoyed this tarot reading today, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Cancer, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, darling. And if you'd like to follow me on my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that, just being SimplyVelca, honey. But I wish you so much luck, Cancer, and yeah, I will see you sometime in the near future. Bye, darling.